Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go over a gold and silver technical analysis daily update. We're going to start with the dollar, 10-year yield, get into some of the precious metals, and then into ETFs and individual companies to give us a kind of a well-rounded look at what gold and silver's doing and the market conditions. So let's dive in here. I'll give you my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. And here we go. Let's jump into this and get it started. So we're starting with the dollar. Looking at it from a big long-term perspective, it's kind of jumped up here recently. We have broken this short-term pattern here to the upside and have been moving on higher. The next resistance looking to the left, we blew through that resistance pretty easily. Let me look to the left here. We've got some resistance right where it's at. Looking over here, we've got these couple resistance points coming through here. So it's going to get probably a little sticky. We may be doing a retest of this break here where we would then potentially fall over. Now, remember, this is strength among the weakest. These are all currencies being devalued. This one's just being devalued at the least pace. Looking at TNX, this is the 10-year yield. Is this a shoulder, head, shoulder that's developing? We'll find out, I guess. Looking at the 6-month, kind of zooming in here. We've got some resistance and support coming through here. Is this kind of a... No, I wouldn't say that's a reverse head and shoulders. Inverted shoulder, head, shoulder. It could be. Bouncing on up here. Maybe. But looking at this... Back out here. This is kind of what we're seeing. We broke that to the upside, came back. We've got this other long-term trend line coming through here on this reverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder. On a big picture view, we're right there getting caught up in that neckline. So we're probably going to come back a little bit on a return move. And then I think we're going to continue higher with higher yields. What does that mean? It means that money's going to rotate eventually at some point, and it's going to put different pressures on certain sectors in the market, especially technology sector or any stock where it's being priced with future earnings, because when you discount that earnings back at a higher interest rate, they look less attractive. Looking at the CRB index, that thing's popping higher, looking good for commodities, the index. Looking at gold, gold's coming on down here. It looks like it's trying to gain its footing. This is the 23rd of November. It's kind of bouncing around here. So its momentum is slowing down. On the short term, if we were to throw a trend line in here, looks like we are kind of breaking this trend. Potentially breaking the trend line. We'll see if this holds. But that's looking okay for gold itself. And this is what we're looking at, is this 1, 2, 3. We broke out, we came back, and then we'll see if we send it next time. Looking at silver, we got this reverse head and shoulders, a little bit of a sell-off. It's falling down a little bit. This is the failed reverse head and shoulders coming on down. And maybe it didn't fail. This can still redeem itself. They say it fails, but it depends why it failed. It doesn't mean that we're going into the deflationary period. Doesn't really mean any of those things. We are still in an inflationary period. I still think this will work its way higher over time. And looking at platinum, we have this ascending wedge. Let me just kind of draw it in here a little bit thicker, a little easier to see. Kind of a squeezing up of this. We broke to the downside and had our pullback. Now we just have to figure out where we want to go from here. It's probably done pulling back. Well, hopefully it's done pulling back. Maybe it has a little bit more in it. Maybe we retest this 917 level. Maybe it's got it in it. If it does, I'm going to be a buyer and I'll continue to buy in. Looking at GDX. Here's GDX. It's finding a bottom here recently. Yeah, I've got candlesticks turned on. That's what it looks like, kind of pulled back. It's contracted down. It's starting to slow that momentum, and maybe we can gather ourselves up here on the short term. And there it is, kind of just going and finding it's trying to find a bottom here. SILJ. SILJ broke its downtrend line. Looks like it's starting to move on up a little bit. No, I'm not claiming victory here, but we'll see. That's the first step, is to stop the momentum from going down and breaking the trend line, a steep trend line. So hopefully we can come back on up. EXK, looking at the short term, we kind of pulled on back here. We're kind of chilling out there, zooming all the way in, looking at how this thing's coming. It looks like we've got some support down here at 504, 503. Now we just got to make our way back up. Zooming back out, we've got kind of a reverse head and shoulders that we were going to break there. And go to the promised land where we all go to Vegas and have fun. But you know what? It's just not time yet. It's just not that time. Aurora Resources, throwing this in the mix. You can see that we've got this big old resistance line coming up. We came and hit our head on it, bounced back down. Let's zoom on in on this. We had a little channel party here, broke to the downside of it, finding a little bit of support. Let's make our way back up. Metallic minerals. Metallic minerals doesn't look too bad. We've got kind of this double bottom here, and then broke to the upside and came back for almost a retest. Let's zoom out just a little bit, see what we've got here. Oh, it's a big old party here. Big old pattern, doing the three humps, the 1, 2, 3, break to the upside, dancing with the line, and hopefully we can get moving on up here. Here's Koya Silver. Koya is doing its double bottom too, it looks like. Kind of broke out of it, said, nope, we're heading back. And it's doing the double bottom. Hopefully we can bounce here. And it looks good. I mean, we got big buying pressure here, slow leak off of sellers. Big buying pressure, slow leak off of sellers. It's doing its thing. It's trying to be the Koya it can be. Zooming on out, we kind of had this ascending wedge pattern here. Broke to the downside. And we're kind of chopping around, doing the chopping party. This is Discovery Silver, by the way. Find a nice, good old big bullish engulfing pattern, slow leak off of sellers, and then we're just kind of moving on up. Hopefully we can continue up. It looks like we broke the uptrend line to the downside. AG doesn't look too bad. Looks like it's finding its footing on this descending wedge pattern. Maybe we can make our way and break. Let's try to break this massive pattern here. 1, 2, 3, and then let's see if we can break out of here. What a stick save they had here on that day right there. February 1st, 2021. Stick save. Man. Newmont. Newmont's in the same spot as AG is. 1, 2, 3, and this huge pattern. Let's do a little projected move on this guy. Projected move is, can't grip it. It's that guy there. I don't know how to zoom out on this thing. There we go. Zooming on out, and that's the projected move is $140. Oh, man. If we can break it and move. And that's the log shrinkage there as well. So I've got a projected move of 140 if this thing, because if you bring it on back, whoa. I don't know why it gets all funky like that. 143 is what I get. Then when you come back, it's got a, why is it getting all, oh, that's about right. Somewhere in there, $140 or so. Could be a big boy move. Yamana Gold. Let's look at Yamana. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're broken up here. Zooming on in. Blow this thing back up a little bit. And we're still in this pattern. If we were going for the breakout, we got rejected by Shaq, because Shaq's defending this apparently. Then we came back down, and hopefully we can break to the upside. Impact Silver. The greatest impact. All right, zoom in like this. 1, 2, 3, we're going for the breakout. Boom, we broke out, came to this pattern, ready for the launch. DJ Gene, ready for the launch, and we failed to launch. That is a movie. And now we're just kind of creeping sideways. Going to the 3-month, you can see this. There it is, doing the 3-month thing. AAGFF. F is right. Look at this drop over here. We're still in the pattern. Looking like a funky pattern. I don't know how I lost. Well, we're going on this pattern here. And there it is. And this could be, I mean, we're just moving on sideways here. Come on, silver, get into gear. So that's what I've got for today. I'll just stop it there. That's what I went over all the companies we've got. Overall, I mean, we're still in the pattern. Everything looks okay. It doesn't look broken. So now we just have to be patient and wait. I did buy some more physical platinum. It's on sale. Why not? You know, the Black Friday sales. Might as well get my orders in. Get an ounce here and there, cost average in. And I think it's cheap. So that's what I did. Buy some physical silver. Just a 1 ounce platinum bar. If you guys like this, analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.